The content shared in this YouTube video, as well as any resources linked below, is not intended to be interpreted or relied upon as financial advice. We are not lawyers, accountants, or financial advisors, nor do we claim to be. The information provided is not a replacement for personalized financial advice from a qualified professional who understands the specific details of your situation. While we strive to ensure the accuracy and value of the information shared on this channel and through associated resources, it should not be considered a recommendation to avoid consulting with a financial professional. Always seek guidance from a trusted expert to address your unique circumstances.
Do you want to be a king? Do you want to be a queen? Sitting on the throne.
It's Richard Hart, rumored billionaire and bidet service technician. I'm here to install your bidet, sir.
It's the one and only Eagle Double G.
Here we go. Look at that technology right there. It's gonna wash your butt, and your butt's gonna be clean. Let's get to work. Woo! Who doggy? Wow, this thing actually works great. Well, anyway, Richard Hart here, rumored to be a billionaire, installing a bidet for someone that I love. It seems to work just fine. It only cost $100, and well, I don't see any leaks. So, clean butts for everybody.
Do you want to be a king? Do you want to be a queen? Sitting on the throne.
Hey, you guys, it's John here. Crypto Compassion. It's Thursday. It looks like Pulsechain crypto hopefully is taking a turn for the tide here as far as excitement and just bullishness. Today's open mic. If you guys want to hop in here, I put the StreamYard link in the description, in the chat there. Feel free to hop in. Obviously, you got our boy Randy in here. I'm going to pull him up right now. We're just going to shoot the shit and talk about it.
What's up, brother?
Hello, good sir. Happy Thursday.
Yes, sir.
A lot of things are cooking, and you've been extra busy. I know. You got Panama cooking here as far as a lot of people flying into town to have a little conference.
Yes, sir. 28th, 29th, and 30th. Main conference is the 29th, 30th, and then Friday the 31st we have a catamaran day, so we're going out to the islands. Gonna have we'll have a cabal day again out on the boat.
Yeah. Watch out! Don't take any pictures.
No 78-foot yacht this time, but it's a nice big catamaran for having fun and having a cookout and those kind of things. And I'm really looking forward to seeing everybody and just talking crypto and lifestyle and health and all those things. Because it's a mixed bag. It's not just all crypto guys. That's no permissions, a lot more than that. So try to get some people some residencies and those kind of things. Get some stem cells while they're here, or not while they're here, but
right. In fact, I need to look into that at some point. I know that you have your person. Aren't they in Mexico? The individuals that do the stem cell and all that kind of treatment and stuff like that.
Yeah, Dr. Romo. He's got an office in Tijuana, Guadalajara, and one of the beach towns. I can never remember the name of it. Not Acapulco, but the other one up further north. But they have 3 main offices, and they're probably the most well-known stem cell clinic. And they're crypto guys. They accept crypto. So.
I know. I mean, they're Hexicans, are they?
Yeah, they sure are.
Have you had it done? I mean, does it like actually feel like, oh wow, that made a difference? Or I mean,
I'm actually getting mine done on the 28th. So they're flying in on the 28th because I don't know. For those folks that don't know, I had some. I almost had heart failure there a couple months ago due to my blood pressure. I wasn't taking my blood pressure meds and got out of control and. I damaged my heart, and it's dumbass. It was totally avoidable. And people think, "Oh, Randy, it's because you're fat." No, actually, this is because of my blood pressure. The blood pressure meds were causing some swelling in my legs, and I didn't like it. So I'm like, fuck this. I'm not taking these things. And 9 months later, I have heart failure. So yeah, take your meds, your blood pressure meds when your doctor tells you to. But I'm taking the stem cells to help repair my heart, and see what it does for that. And Dr. Romo's kind enough to be my doc for this, and looking forward to seeing what happens. My wife wants to do it for some anti-aging benefits and things like that. But yeah, I mean, I'm a peptides guy. A lot of people know I take a lot of peptides. I inject myself with a bunch of crap. I love it, man. I love it all. It's science today it's so much better than it used to be, and we don't have to rely on pharmaceutical companies anymore. We can do some cool stuff with them, the science with peptides and stem cells.
I mean, shout out to Ted here. There's a lot of stuff that I know I've been meaning to like talk to Ted about, as far as like, whether it be testosterone stuff that he does. And, I know that he's kind of a walking encyclopedia as far as a guy that has gone down this path of like anti-aging and just trying to like get ahead of things and take advantage of like the things that you've talked about, as far as just like, just being better to yourself. You know what I mean? So
yeah, absolutely. I did a test for a while, but once again, if you're a person that has blood pressure issues, you can't do tests. And especially, I was doing injectable. I was injecting myself with testosterone, and whoa, bro, I would just walk around, my face would be red. My blood pressure was high, and my wife's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, this doesn't feel right. And I test my blood pressure, I'd be through the roof. I'm like, okay, I got to stop this. So that lasted like about 6 weeks. So I can't do this one.
Yeah.
Be careful. Self-medicating can be dangerous.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's a person that I know that does that. And I think Ted actually talks about it being not like, it's more like a little piece of rice.
Yeah. It's one that goes under your skin.
Yeah. Right. But switching gears to, I guess, to maybe what people here in the chat or on the replay want to talk about, as far as like maybe crypto. I do know that like next week we have anti-gravity coming on Tuesday, and so that's going to be kind of cool, because I know that you like the anti-gravity as far as that goes. I like it. I have quite a bit of it, and so we're going to have our boy Pulsechain, previously known as Hexray, and the Hexiest Man coming on. Both great dudes. And it's exciting. So
yeah, I was a big investor into their project. I was one of the, I don't want to call it investor, but they had their first phases when anti-gravity launched. Yeah. And it was crickets, man. It was like people weren't even paying attention. So I aped in it. I went pretty big, and I've been taking advantage of the fuel cells that they have. And last month they had 3 lotteries, their first batch of lotteries, and I think I made about 1,450 dark. And if you price it, dark's almost $50 right now. So that was like 60 grand, 60 grand worth of lotteries. So I'll take it. But I did take my winnings and put them back in for phase 2 here. Put them back, take the dark and change them into fuel cells so I can participate in the round 2 of the lotteries. So we'll see where that goes. But yeah, it's pretty lucrative so far. I took a little bit of profits and turned them into other tokens, and that's how you do it. It's a way for me to DCA.
Right. Good to see you, Chris. Happy Chris. Good to see you, Smo. Believe in yourself. Of course, we got ourselves Bright Light. Tam, what's up, fam? Ted Nelson, of course.
By the way, I'm restreaming this to my channel.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I seen that up in the upper right there. A lot of great people up in here. And of course, we got our Oi, our red squirrel. Exciting times. It seemed like Pulsechain was doing some of the Pulsechain things yesterday, which is,
Oof.
You know what I mean? It's good to see. Part of the reason I even like committed to doing this like an hour a day, Monday through Thursday, is not just because I'm crazy, but like part of it is just like, I think it's just because you kind of feel it in like in your bones, like the time is now. Like you feel like it's shifting, that everyone's getting geared in, whether you like President or Trump or not. It's like, well, it's gonna make probably a difference for our Pulsechain and our crypto bags.
Yep.
I'm gonna pull up our boy KRJ here if he's in a position here as open mic, if anyone wants to hop in here, it's open mic. We're talking just crypto, maybe sim stealth treatment also, but we're talking. So, how you doing, bud?
There we are. There we are.
There we go.
Got to get my close up.
Randy, if you don't know, KRJ's he's been a great help within, you know, King Pooie and Queen Pooie as far as helping out with a lot of website development, just a lot of stuff. In fact, he's even building a game for crypto as a whole, but kind of for King and Queen Pooie. I know that much. I mean, it's like it's getting closer and closer, and you're doing a really good job with it. And it's just more narrative and community interaction, if you will. I mean, that's the kind of the driver between, you know, whether it's crypto merch or, you know, all the things that we're trying to build in the background that help create a stronger community. So,
yeah, I gotta say, crypto is boring for a lot of people. So we'll bring some first-hand shooter games or stuff that people are doing, but make it crypto related and not these stupid little clicker games that people are. No offense, the little hit game that we got going on. But
we got a clicker game coming up that's going to be pretty badass.
Let's do it.
What's up, Vets?
Yo, bang bang, hoorah!
There he is.
Oh my God, it's Randy Hilarski from No Permissions. Holy crap! All right.
Yeah, man.
Love to see you, man.
Good to see you. Good to see you.
I've been, you know, having my dad die. That was a tough time. And then the holidays, and then having to go home to New York for the wake and all that kind of stuff. And, but I'm back. It's time to get to work, guys. And the market's turning the right way. So.
Amen. Hey, I'm personally looking forward to No Permissions conference down in Panama coming up at the end of the month. Yeah. So that's going to be very exciting.
Yeah, we're working hard on it. Today we're going to one of the rooftops to make sure that they have staff the night that we're coming, because we're going to be rolling in with like 60 people. I want to make sure the bartenders are ready, man, not just one bartender, you know?
Right.
Yeah, no, I think lessons learned from like Malta, how we were rolling so deep. I think it's good to give people a heads up, like you're planning. So yeah, good job.
And by the way, what day are you coming in?
Land on the 27th, like early afternoon or something.
Okay, because we're going out to a steakhouse that night.
Yeah, so I know, so at least add another 2 to that for sure.
All right.
We got 2 guys out there driving. We don't even have AJ driving, so that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, no doubt. But yeah, so I was on that call with KRJ, with this developer, and really cool guy, younger guy probably, right? 20, you know, he seems like he's hungry, you know, maybe early 30s, late 20s, I don't know. But he's a hungry person. I have high confidence in this one for sure. So excited to see what it's all about, and just KRJ opening himself up, you know, a jack of all trades, you know, just learning all the multiple crafts that exist out there. So proud and happy to have you on the team with us. So thank you for everything you do.
For sure. And I believe you have a demo, and I didn't really get the chance to check out the demo, but it looks like we have a demo out for that game.
I believe so. I think it's in the chat in the labs. Cool. It's probably not loaded in the StreamYard for demonstration, is it?
No.
But if KRJ agrees, we could probably push it into. I think it's just in house. Let's let us get it crafted a little bit and refined, and then we'll push a demo out. What do you say to that, KRJ?
I'm not quite sure he's picking up on us, but
yeah,
frozen.
I'm having some mic problems here, so I'm not sure what's going on.
No problem.
Yeah. So
just let me know if I speak out of turn on any of that info. But
we'll just we'll just continue to work in silence. I guess I guess switching gears, is there anything that you guys see that you guys were kind of excited about? I guess in particular, like yesterday, I know Randy, you were talking about like feeling pretty ecstatic about your like nope as far as that goes. Like yesterday, like is there anything that you guys jumped out to you as exciting that there you go?
Well, I just like the whole Pulsechain market, obviously, because we, the group as a group of geniuses got together and say, you know what, let's make ourselves a nice, let's take Hart's Law serious. Pulsechain has done that. So when something starts to move, everything seems to move. Yesterday showed you that. I think Nope was up 10% yesterday. Solid X was up like 15%. I think Queen Pooie's been running. It's like everything seems to be doing really well. I was telling John that I've done so well with Queen Pooie that I took out my initial investment.
Oh, that was you. That was you. All right. Well, good for you though.
Randy,
I mean, that's good shit, man. But hey, so to that point, you're still up ahead because I don't know if you looked at your DBank profile. There's a little token of appreciation in your DBank profile, public profile as well. Oh,
good idea. That's good marketing.
It is, and whether they hate me or not, that whale guy might have some in there too. So, we'll see what he does with that. But
the fire whale, absolutely. I'll let him know. I know he's traveling. He's in Asia right now. But
so it's a small token of our appreciation for everything that you and Fire Whale have done for King and Queen. So now that we're financially, in a better place and able to do something monetarily to start to, pay back or what have you, it's just a small token of our appreciation. So
okay, thank you.
We're doing
I didn't know that's what that was. I just thought that I was up 5x or something.
So yeah. So.
I don't know. The thing is, though, when you look at tokens, I don't pay attention to how many of the token I have normally.
Yeah.
So because you got like 30 tokens in one wallet. So sorry about that, but that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Just trying the different marketing schemes, right? That's all you can do.
It works, guys. It works. So see, that's one of the tactics that we've used for years. And I think what was the token that was put in Vitalik's wallet? The dog token? Shiba.
Oh, yeah, Shiba.
And then he went and he burned it all. And that was like all over the news, right? And that was great marketing for them. And then the coin took off.
Yep. How are we doing today, Fat Sammy?
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. They're doing very well. Thank you, guys. How are we all doing?
Yeah. We're doing good.
Good to see Randy here. I'm a big fan of Randy.
Thank you, sir.
Living the dream.
We had a great stream the other day with you, Fat Sammy, and I got pretty excited about, with you and Fast Abdul. You guys are talking obviously about Pulse Bitcoin, and it's always interesting, not to take away from you, but I always think about Fast as being someone who's so thoughtful and methodical, and it's like, all right, this guy's aligning himself with something that's like, he's so on point with like 2 fucks, and he has like, he's just very into it. And so then it's like, okay, you guys are into something where it's like, obviously, we know all about that as far as, maybe your rocky starts, but Pulse Bitcoin came out the gates, hot and heavy, and then it kind of had its, pullback and its issues that we all know about. And then, you came in there and you said, I'll clean this shit up, I'll make something of this. And you did so, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I think we got a lot of people watching that because we don't stream too much, and I think a lot of people got wrecked on that token. So a lot of people are kind of curious about it. We've got a huge Telegram. We've got a lot of holders, but kind of people are kind of, they got burnt. They're not really participating, but they're always kind of keeping their eyes on any updates. But yeah, I mean, when you compare us to other big projects like SolidX, like Nope, or any of these other PTG, we're nothing. We're a piss in the ocean. Our liquidity for Pulse Bitcoin right now across all pools is only around $200,000. It's nothing. Our market cap's low. The reason why is people got wrecked. First of all, it was a good protocol. Now, I'll be honest with you, it's not my largest holding. It's my most passionate holding, but it's a bunch of wrecked plebs that decided to put some of their small change into something and see if we could create a community Bitcoin. So as I say to people, it's low cap. It's nothing you should throw big money at. But if you want to be in Pulsechain for the long term, you want to try doing proper decentralized with no kind of big whale there, no kind of centralized king to kind of lead you, then it's an interesting project. We're going to develop it. We just had a meeting last night with Neil for T-Shares, a lot of the kind of Tetra guys, Corky, a bunch of different people, and it's kind of chaotic because everyone's got new ideas of what we can do. But because we've got no centralized budget, no centralized leader, things take time. But we're really trying to go down the open source route. So I think that's what we're going to be. We're going to keep plugging away. But yeah, it's it's an outlier, but we're passionate about it, so we're going to stick with it. Thank you so much for the coverage.
Yeah, man. No, I appreciate you hopping in here. And like you said, I think our last go around was like, we just plan on kind of opening things up, especially as the bull market starts to heat up here, where people can kind of come in Monday or Thursdays, open mic, just kind of shoot the shit. And then, like next week, we're going to have it where we'll have a little bit more established, like yesterday we had our boys Hart's Law on and just more focused on crypto projects and, or I guess, influencers that want to come in and just talk about crypto as a whole. Or this guy right here, Eco Builder, who's doing his thing down in Texas.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yeah, Eco Builder, what's up, bro? Yeah,
Glad I was able to catch y'all.
Yeah,
hell yeah, let's go.
So
yeah, you gotta talk about that. Hey, real quick, I heard in the spaces that Eco Builder and company and Richard Hart's brother are going to be doing something real special. Please elaborate when allowed.
Yeah, do it now, man. I want to hear about it.
Okay, so reality TV show started getting planned like a month ago. I started doing some polls on Twitter, asking people like what their opinions were. So eventually we ended up with a person over in LA area, the suburbs, saying, hey, I've got a house that y'all could migrate into. So about 6 to 8 players were planning on going into this house and having some aspect of Sci-Vive and then also a lot of aspect of Pulsechain. And so the gameplay right now is that half the time is spent in the house, where it is that they have like sensory deprivation. They have to think to themselves. Maybe they get interrupted by some of this text to chat stuff that can happen with live streams. And then they're well taken care of. They're given a space of their own, but they are videoed throughout their time period. And then in the morning, they head out into the landscape, into the town, and their objective for the day and every day is one Pulsechain transaction. This can start to get cumbersome whenever it is that you run out of the vein that like people, you might run into people who are open for it and then run out of people to transact with. And we'll keep tabs on it, having it to where it needs to be at least a $5 situation if it is that you're buying something. If you're selling something, more power to you, because that puts more pulse into your hopper. And then the idea is that over time, people will start to sabotage each other's relationships inside the town, and they'll start to want to migrate to different areas of the town. And if we have it to where people don't have access directly to automobiles, then they'll be constrained to a smaller footprint. And then that'll make it easier for our camera guys to catch up to them and be able to get all the camera and audio stuff. So the idea right now is that we have 2 cameramen and then 1 full-time live stream guy. So basically 3 cameramen, but one of them's equipped with a live streamer. And then you guys know about crypto faucets. So an idea is that we put a tent that changes location every day out in the field to where people can go and re-up on their crypto or give themselves some more leeway by finding this tent and spending a little bit of time in it. So it's a crypto faucet in a physical format. And then people could, like players could grab people in the town and say, hey, you get matched benefits if you come to this tent with me, and it formulates some relationships. So what we're doing is we're in the Telegram group for the Hex Guild, and the location is t.me/Hex Foodies. We're inside there at a little sub tab called Reality TV, throwing a bunch of ideas and brainstorming. And so we've got like 50 ideas thrown down on that piece of paper. But that's what stage we're in right now. Is we've got an idea of a producer, Mr. Lefthouse. He needs to get with us on his exact availability, and it's going to be his creativity that really brings this forward. And we've got Shane, who is investigating the live backpacks and how much that's going to cost, and the logistics of that. And right now, Shane, the idea is he's not going to be in the show, and we're calling for people to tell us about themselves on a video format so that we can have these audition tapes, so that we can show folks that, hey, this is what an audition tapes look like. And we've got people, probably like 6 tapes thus far that have come in, but we've got 10 people overall who are interested, and it's just going to grow. Right now, I've got plenty of people getting into my DMs asking me about it, but less people getting audition tapes to us. And the set timeline, we were going to like force it, push it, try to do it immediately, because the main objective is to get the reality TV's initial shots. Like putting it all on a live stream is priority number 2. Priority number 1 is to capture all the imagery and to have the experience. And so our initial timeline was like February 22nd, but for 14 days. But we've demolished that and pushed it back. And even though the LA fires are going on, our house is not in that area.
So, sorry, dude. Sorry to interrupt. It's first I'm hearing about this, and this just sounds fucking amazing to me. I think this is exactly what we need. Yeah, please get in touch with me, dude, because we've got a lot of hexagons in our. We've got a group who invested. They bought 300 million hex at the start of the last run. They locked them all up, and they're all LA guys in Beverly Hills. They put $4 million into ASIC. They're very current, getting back into the market with us. So a lot of them have experience with film production. We've got one of our guys. He's a producer. He used to make a lot of Hollywood movies. So if you need any assistance or you want to kind of raise funds, we would love to assist you there. So are you talking about pretty much doing almost like a Big Brother kind of live internet show, or are you kind of trying to sell this concept to a kind of a more established platform? What are you making a pilot? What's the situation here?
We're trying to do it ourselves, and so the pilot would just be a commercial or the live stream going live at a certain place to where the audience can interact.
And how are you raising funds? Are you getting for sponsorships, or how's the funding coming in? Do you need any support with that?
So yes, we do. The initial seed funding comes from my pocket. And then I think what I'm going to do is make one public address for the project, and then one public address for the winnings, for the grand prizes.
What about sponsorships?
And then
sponsorships.
And then an idea that we have is we're debating costumes. So do we force somebody to be inside of like a big mascot suit out there in the in the town, and then like what implications that would have with people interacting with folks, because some people would be turned off and some people would be really interested. They'd see them day after day for 14 days walking down their street. Eventually they're going to ask them what's up. If they're anything like the Texans, like Texans want to know what's going on. I know this because I'm from Texas, but over there in Cali and LA area, I hear that some weird shit happens all the time on the street, and you know, like people just take it as normal.
Exactly.
So the conversation right now is, do we do costumes or not? And whenever we say that, hey, we do costumes, then what decides who gets what costume? And maybe it'll just be a random spin of a wheel, but what costumes are we picking from? Maybe we can have it to where the community of Pulsechain at large gets involved and goes and sponsors their costume. So the highest donators, you know, if we have 8 players, then we need 8 costumes. So we need community to pay for those costumes and to rank them. You know, the top 8 costumes are the ones that make it into the show. I don't know.
Sorry to ask again. So is this? Sorry, I don't know much about this. Is this pretty much going to be kind of an internet reality show which promotes Pulsechain in general?
Yes.
Is that correct? Okay. That's really cool. That's really cool. Is there any kind of a website or documentation you can forward to any of us? Have you got anything written down?
Yesterday, I made a Twitter handle for it, and so it's at Noob Decentral.
Drop that in the chat, will you?
Alrighty.
Yeah,
this is really cool. I love it.
So brilliant, absolutely a great social experiment. Some mad game theory behind it. Like, how do you like game theory and social experiment, like, and crypto? Like, I don't know. It's amazing. I think it's going to be great. I think you'll garner a lot of support. And ultimately, this is what the shit show is about. Open mic. Like, look at this connection between Fat Sammy and Eco Builder here. Like, Fat Sammy just dropped, you know, he's got peeps right in LA, Beverly Hills with money. Like, wow. All right. Let's go.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a lot of energy. I know that the idea has come around a lot throughout the years of Hex, and calling it like the Hex House or something. And so I'm not, you know how it is, like ideas are cheap, but actually acting on it is the important thing. So
yes, sir.
That's what I'm doing, is I'm formulating the thing. My profession is architecture, so I know that there's many moving parts, and how to make a structure, or a structure of individuals, organization. Just put it on a timeline and push it forward.
Yeah, my concern is that this will be expensive. I would love to see what you got written down. You're obviously going to need a house. You're going to need people to film. So I think the way to do it cheap is you find a house in LA where we've got hexagons, Pulsachons, where they can support you. You know, maybe lend you a house somewhere to film. Kind of keep costs down low, and then you know, obviously find your participants which are local. You know, and then kind of formulate kind of maybe a test format where it runs for a week or whatever. But I think you should, you know, this shit is expensive. It is expensive to do.
So the whole thing is only 2 weeks long. So
yeah.
Maybe we could just push it on through. And if we have some people quit, so be it. But what I'm trying to get away from is the idea of a reality TV show where it's like scenes like Survivor, to where there's actually like obstacles and a parameter to the thing. Nah, instead, people have their objective for the day, and they go out into the landscape, and then our cameramen follow them.
Yeah, well, you could do. It's just an idea, right? You could, you know, you set them a challenge for the day. I don't know. Say you got 2 weeks and they set a challenge. They could win. You know, you get some sponsorships. Maybe you get some sponsorships from a few different protocols, and then you get someone like Matty Allen or someone like Randy come in, and he sets a challenge and says, "Listen, guys, you're going to get this many note tokens for the winner, or this many POS Bitcoin for the winner, or this many hex for the winner." That sort of thing. You know, just an idea.
Yeah, so an idea that I came up with in the beginning was to have it to where they have a limited or a minimal transaction that needs to be done per day. And as long as they reach that objective, then they're in line for the grand prize at the end. And then everything else is gameplay.
Yeah.
So if we give them an allowance at the beginning and we say that this is the daily objective, if they choose to spend their allowance, then they're going to start to dwindle on the amount that's there in their wallet, and they're going to have to figure out some way of getting more pulse into their wallet. So are they going to sell their crypto advice? Are they going to do a gig of some sort? Are they going to go and prioritize going to the crypto faucet that's out in the landscape?
Hey, what about just making as well another level or episode 2 or for second season interactive with the community? Like, say the different people may garner fans, and can the fans make donations and blah blah, et cetera, et cetera.
So one of the ideas about that was the whole like speech to text thing. So you make a donation, and then your text becomes audible there in the space. And so maybe we could have that to where they're out in the field and somebody could say something really shitty right in the middle of them introducing crypto to somebody at a countertop of their business, or maybe we could have it to where the donations vibrate their bed or give them a alarm in the middle of the night and interrupt them.
Yeah, because you got to have levity and humor and keep it right, like keep it fun. Yeah, like that. Some good pranks. Some yeah. Oh, good.
So yeah,
good
we're
stuff.
still in the brainstorming phase. So bring on the ideas, please. They will be documented over there in the Telegram group.
Yeah, I just sent you a DM in the private chat, so you can get in touch with DeFi Nation. He's got a lot of experience producing a lot of Hollywood movies. So if you just want to bounce some stuff off him, I'm sure he'll be helpful to you.
Yeah, this is pretty cool. Like, in real time, I hope someone takes the opportunity to clip this information as far as what you're doing. This could be, crypto digital gold as far as, there's just a lot of people in LA that are not just in the Pulsechain ecosystem. I mean, you got Crypto Windio, you got all kinds of people. If this caught fire, it could really kind of, snowball into some great things. And it's the right time of the crypto cycle to really kick things off. This is a good opportunity to really create a lot of eyeballs and attention on something that's just kind of flat out freaking crazy a little bit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think what you got to do is, I used to write TV shows. That's what I used to do. I used to be an author and write TV shows and try and sell them to TV channels. And even if you've got a great idea, people got a short attention span, so you've got to make a sizzler. So first of all, make a short document, and then make like a 30-second clip, kind of selling in the idea. And I think if you have those two things, then you can start raising funds, raising support. I think if you get that out of the way, because trying to explain it to everyone like you are now, you'll be going around in circles for ages.
And with the community that we have, we can make shit go like viral and get it out there on Instagram, TikTok, this can happen. This is gonna happen. No doubt.
So I've been calling that sizzler. I've been calling that a teaser. In trying to get in front of video creators.
You call it sizzler, but teaser, yeah, whatever, yeah. Because you make a sizzler, yeah, with a document. You pitch it, and then you raise funds, usually to make a pilot. You make the pilot, and then if the pilot runs well, you bring in more funding to make an actual full production.
Okay. So I am in touch with you now in Telegram, and I'm gonna forward you these really rough videos that I've been creating.
That's awesome, dude. I'm so happy to hear this. This is something really fresh. I think the whole Pulsechain community can get behind. It's ambitious, though. It's very ambitious.
Yeah.
For sure. And please, EcoBuilder, like, come back, give us regular updates. Let's help push your message out there and keep everybody updated, for sure.
Will do.
Yeah, man.
Thanks for letting me jump on.
Yeah, man. And, you know, in switching gears, I guess I would just say shout out to that chair in the background of you there, or you're just sitting on the Richard Hart throne there. I mean, goodness gracious. I love it, dude.
Yeah, I had to get this for live streaming, and then it's so uncomfortable to sit in.
All right.
So just before you head off, man, I'd love to hear. I haven't seen you before. Like, what's your experience with Hex, with Pulsechain? I haven't seen you around. Are you new or?
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
this guy's the postcard guy.
Oh, you're the postcard guy.
Yeah, he's the
That's
guy.
Amazing.
He's
That's
the guy.
amazing, dude. I printed out so many of your postcards at work, and I was literally walking when I first joined Hexaco. I was literally pounding the streets, delivering those cards into every door I could. That's amazing.
Yeah, thanks.
Glad to meet you, man.
And that's what it's about. Hell yeah. Yes.
So yeah, I'm a day one Hexican, and I created the Hex Foodies Telegram group and live stream. And the idea is if we're able to stake and have our financials taken care of, then we can go and focus on our health and passion, what it is that we actually want to do. And whenever it is that these Hexican stakes are coming out in the future, are they going to be healthy people? That's very important. And, you know, without health, you don't have anything. No wealth without health. So that was the idea there. And the foodies, they're from all around the world. I think it was Finbear who was the first person who said, like, hey, you need to create a group about these things. And then also before that, a guy over here in Texas named Togosh, he got in touch with me and said, hey, we need to create a Hexican group for Texas before the 5555 tour came through town, because they stopped in 4 Texas cities, I think. And so Togosh ended up creating Hex Daily Stats, which everybody's used. And then he's now passed the responsibility on to somebody else. But he also created Hex Postcards because he heard Richard say, literally, we need to reach people with direct mail. So the idea was postcards. And so he created that. And then I wasn't really enthused about direct mail at the time. And it kind of went over my head, or like, oh, that's somebody else's project for our community. Great. But once I started seeing that he could use some more hands in that project, then I joined it. And because I'm one of the guys that's okay with getting their face in front of the camera, then I just started being the face of Hex Postcards. So half the community recognizes me as the Hex Postcards guy.
On that note, right, when I first joined Hexaco, I'm a second wave Hexican. So I remember when I found out about Richard Hart, it was when Hex was on its way down for 50 cents. Give you a timeline, around 20 cents is when I kind of got in, you know, hashtag wrecked. But that's when
that was August of 21.
A little bit later than that. Sorry, a little bit earlier than that. I'd say it was I heard about Richard Hart in January, so it was probably around March. So I started going in heavy, and I started looking up Hex postcards. I started downloading them, and at the time I worked for a printing company, so I just printed out like 2,000 of the best Hex postcards that you got from your submissions, and I was out there pounding the streets. And I find that at the time, because we were on Ethereum, and all you had to do was, you know, the learning curve was hard for a lot of people. I was in crypto for, let's say, 2-3 years, and I remember seeing Hex the first time. And you know, when you're kind of on centralized exchanges buying and selling tokens, I remember looking at Hex and then kind of really struggling to understand the concept of going onto PancakeSwap, going onto Uniswap, the idea of, you know, having tokens in your own private wallet. That was enough of a learning curve to put me off, even though I was an experienced crypto trader. So I remember that barrier to entry was very difficult. So I remember when I was kind of going out there pounding the streets and delivering those Hex postcards to people, I knew that even if people were interested, you know, the idea of setting up a centralized exchange and buying crypto was a barrier in itself. So I knew that the hit rate would be low for the people that were smart enough to then go and do the research of actually downloading a MetaMask, you know, sending funds over there and then buying Hex. And I think when we've now got Pulsechain, it's an extra barrier. So I do think that the kind of the postcard thing is going to be, we're going to have a lower kind of hit rate in terms of people that kind of get through that extra step now. That's my concern. So I think onboarding is now more difficult with Pulsechain, for sure, when we're talking about fresh people, you know, off the street. That's a barrier we need to overcome, for sure.
Yep.
Well, guys, I have to go in a few minutes, but I want to say that there's big things coming for SolidX. We're getting ready to launch our first game, and that's going to be totally cross-chain. We know that the number one place that game is going to be played is on base, but the gamblers don't care. As a gambler, I'll tell you, when you want to gamble, you'll find a way, and that's what's so cool about it. Like Fat Sammy was saying, that, you know, the difficulty of getting people into Pulsechain is it's true, and I think a great place for us to go to is the gaming world, because, like I said, gamblers will find a way to gamble. And having Solid Hex as our founder here, who has a license and he has multiple casinos of his own already, having somebody that has that knowledge and bringing that to Pulsechain is phenomenal. So if you guys aren't following the Fire Whale, you know, follow his DBank. You know, or it's Solid Hex if you want to go follow him on DBank, his wallet, and just see what we're doing. This is just the first game. There'll be many more coming, and I'm excited to talk about it. And I will be in Vegas, so if you guys are going to be in Vegas, I'll be there to, you know, chat about Solid X. I'll be managing the actual booth with my wife, so it'll be my first time seeing everybody in the States for a conference. So looking forward to that.
Well, I appreciate you hopping in here, Randy. As a, you know, we'll probably be here for another 10 minutes, but as an outro to you, I'll go ahead and pop open this Solid X video that we have on queue, and then we'll catch you later, man.
I'm coming.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Later.
Are you looking for a solid investment in the Pulsechain ecosystem? Dive into Solid X, the token making waves with its incredible growth potential and dedicated founder. Solid X is the brainchild of Fire Whale, a prominent figure and major believer in Richard Hart's vision for Pulsechain. His commitment is evident, holding a substantial portion of Solid X tokens himself. Designed as a store of value, Solid X offers a fixed supply of 21 million tokens, mirroring the scarcity and stability of Bitcoin. Experience the power of swimming with whales. Solid X has already demonstrated explosive growth, attracting significant liquidity and capturing attention across the crypto world. The future is bright. Fire Whale is developing a revolutionary cross-chain casino game with a portion of its revenue dedicated to buying and burning Solid X and Ink tokens, further increasing their scarcity and value. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Visit solidx.win today and join the Solid X community.
Yes.
Hey, so just wanted to say, I touched on Fat Sammy's point. As far as onboarding, you know, with the birth of the arrival of Queen 2 into the marketplace, the Queen is a great marketing tool, onboarding tool herself. For just holding Queen 2, holders receive PLS rewards, so for life. So that's, you know, that's gas, right? And that's one of the hard things that new people forget. They go and they, you know, max it out, and then they're, oh shit, I ran out of gas to do any more transactions. Well, this is that token that resolves that issue for people. So we're proud of it. We love it. It's also burning the King 2 as well. We're big fans of the alien technology. So it is also burning a 0.5% each of UFO and PTGC. So we're digging it. We're loving it. Check it out. Queen 2.
I just, again, man, that's awesome. But I think one thing we have to understand is there's two types of onboarding we're doing, right? The first type of onboarding, which is the most difficult one, is bringing, how do we put this? If we go to a rich area in a suburb and we go and put the most amazing Pulsechain, leaflets through that door, even if someone is willing, the hit rate we're going to get of people going through that learning curve and investing is going to be low. So I think all the stuff we're doing is really great in targeting the second people we're targeting, which is people that have invested in Ethereum before, have invested in Bitcoin, have dabbled in, traditional investing in crypto. Maybe we can get them into opening a MetaMask, and that's great. But I think in terms of onboarding traditional investors in the short time we have in this bull run, I think it's the best way we're doing it is literally find, when you go down the pub, you might have a friend of your dad, you might have a friend of your brother, they're wealthy, they might be a doctor, they've got $1 million sitting in their account. The best way you do it is say, hey, not financial advice, but why don't you, lend me some money? I'll mess around the market for you. And then what happens is that you invest them into Pulsechain. I know we can't say that, but that's what we're doing right now. We're touching up a lot of our rich friends. They're only getting 3.5% maximum on their savings accounts. They invest in their kind of funds with traditional marketing. Best they're getting is 7%. We say, give us $10,000, you get 20% a year. They don't give a shit what they're investing in. They don't even understand it. They go, oh, what have you bought me? We bought you Ethereum. Don't worry about it. We make money on it, and then we invest their money into Pulsechain. They don't even know where the hell they don't care where it goes. And I think then after this run, they go, oh, how did we make all that much money? You go, oh, well, actually, we made most of the money in Pulsechain. Oh, what's Pulsechain? And then they've got a paycheck at the end of the year, and then they start talking to their friends. Oh, yeah, I made all this money in Pulsechain. Honestly, I think that's the best way to go in terms of raising real money right now. That's how we're getting money into Pulsechain. It's kind of just do it for your friends, basically. Do it for them.
Hey, you want to do a little TA time? Last 5 minutes.
Yeah, we got about 5 minutes, and we're gonna kind of spin things down, you guys. Obviously,
can I talk about mail real fast, and then we go to TA?
Yep, plug away.
Sweet. So with mail, direct mail, and actually all advertising, we need to saturate people's eyes. So like 6 to 7 times seeing an advertisement or a logo, people are going to start asking, like, why is it that I see this everywhere? I must know what this is. So they'll actually put some oomph behind their investigations, their inquiries. And so like there are different age groups that respond differently to mail. I like the age group that takes in the mail and then puts it in a place where they see it for 2 weeks. There's a lot of folks who have a lot of money that they want to put in a place. They just don't know it yet. They know they want to put the money somewhere. They just don't know where they want to put it yet. So why not get in front of those individuals and make some suggestions? With the with our postcards group, we've sent out to over 500,000 houses now.
Wow.
And that's the price point between 27 cents and 45 cents. So if anybody's interested, come over to hexpostcards.com, and we've got instructions over there for you to investigate how many houses there are in your area or whatever area you want to target. And then you can kind of just run the numbers in your head, or you can go through the process of filling in the forms with these companies that we suggest you maybe follow up with. So we're promoting people give us donations, and every little bit of it goes to printing and sending. In fact, we've got a printer inside of our community who doesn't take a profit. So everything's at base cost with that guy, Philip Banks. Shout out to Philip Banks. He's been doing it from the beginning. And gosh, I basically like lost my spot there. So every once in a while we run competitions in order to upgrade our designs. And it's pretty awesome winnings on those competitions. But our latest competition has been a throwback to these letters that people had sent out before. So changing your mind from postcards to letters. And so the winning design just recently came out with Miss Hexakin. She's got a Twitter handle. She's also in Telegram. I believe that that's the one that's being recreated to make sure that the colors, the CMYK is correct for the printing. And so that's about to go out to 10,000 addresses. And we tweeted out asking the community to support this because we only had like $1,000 in our hopper, and we immediately got it filled. Somebody or two people donated within 2 days and completed our fundraising goal there. So we're really excited about that. And that I don't know when that's going to go out, but it should be very, very soon. So I think I brushed up on everything that I wanted to say.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. That's quick math. That's like 100. I mean, on the bottom end, 500,000 postcards at 25 cents. That's like $125,000. Sent out on behalf of the Pulsechain Hex ecosystem. That's magnificent, man. And I really think that we need to have ourselves one of the exclusive, Tuesday or Wednesday streams with you where we could kind of hone in and dial in everything you're doing with this new awesome idea as far as just going hardcore with the show and just
we need a whole dedicated episode on this because
for sure, man. It just needs
to talk about this.
You
Open
and Richard
door,
Hart's
man.
brother.
Open door policy.
Sure. Open it up and just like go just shoot the shit on it. KRJ, you're still in the house. You wanna jump in here for the next 5 minutes on this bad boy?
Yeah, if you wanna pull up deck screener for me since I'm on mobile.
Yeah, you bet.
And go ahead and search for ink. I said a couple days ago that we were in reversal, and I got a confirmation of a higher low, double bottom. Okay. And we went from 150 up to we're almost at 230 right now. And it's just eating up all of the Fibonacci's on the first wave. So this is going to start to go parabolic very soon. And the reason why I want to focus on ink, just go ahead and go up to the search and type in ink.
Yep.
And you can see the percentage you got on there, but if you put on the 4-hour chart.
All right. We're going to go ink right here. There we go. And if anyone doesn't know, obviously, I'm assuming a lot of people obviously do know at home, but obviously ink is the incentive token for Pulsechain ecosystem, which allows people who are farming to receive an incentive token for providing liquidity. And it's probably a huge, bottom line, it is a huge driver. Look at that. It's just, yeah.
Well, right now, if you take the Fibonacci and you stick it on the bottom and then you drag it up so that the 0.25 is on that first hump right there.
Yeah.
We still got a ways to go, and this is only the second leg. It's just eating through everything. So this is a huge confirmation because it's closing out 4-hour, 8-hour daily candles on that double bottom right there. So, but the reason I wanted to point out ink, and I wish Randy was here to see this, but if you were to go to the search and then type in solid X,
right,
check this out. This is insane. The number one paired liquidity for Solid X is Ink token. Now, wait a minute. Before you click on it, just yesterday, the liquidity on that pair was 1.3 million paired with Solid X. What is it today?
2.3.
He put $1 million of incentive token paired up with Solid X. That means that if Solid X is gonna, or if Ink is gonna be a driver where it's gonna start to go parabolic, you know where Solid X is gonna go, and everything that's paired to Solid X as their main pair is gonna end up going. So Ink is gonna be a sell-off token because it usually is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I still prefer Pulsex as a ultimate pair than Ink.
Right, but since Solid X has the higher liquidity and somebody has all that Solid X that they're not selling and all that Ink they're not selling, that means that they're going to be holding the floor.
Yeah. If you're holding it for a while, you may as well use it. Yeah. I
7 years ago, we were looking at a coin called Hydra in KuCoin. And Hydra this is exactly what it did. It went up, went down, and then it shot up like 10,000x from here on its bull run, exactly to the T on what it's doing right here. So if you were to look at Hydra, put on the weekly chart, and then take a look at the performance on that, holy cow, incentive token is going to do the exact same thing, in my opinion. So Solid X, because it's got so much liquidity paired to it, if you're not holding Solid X right now, you're going to miss the boat, dude, because it is extremely low price right now at $20. $20, man.
Yeah, one more thing as well. You know, a lot of people right now, they're kind of, since we're talking about charts, a lot of people right now, including myself, I was kind of really balls deep on PHEX, and a lot of my friends were. And we kind of took some profits in that amazing pump we had. And a lot of money right now is sitting on the side, not going into PHEX, for example. And I think it was a proof of no work. He was sharing some data the other day, just yesterday. And he was showing that every time we see kind of the whole Pulsechain ecosystem pump like we did yesterday, right? You see Hex pump, you see incentive, Pulsex, and the underperformer each time is PLS, right? But when you calculate, you know, like you might get Hex pump up 24% in a day or 18% in a day, and then by the end of the 24 hours, it's half of it has been removed. Even though Pulse pumps the least, right? It actually has the least amount of sell-off. So if you're kind of a little bit wary and a little bit scared of investing in incentive, investing in PDI, investing in, you know, Hex or whatever, and you're a little bit more conservative, but you still want to be in the ecosystem, I think it's a good thing. Buy your Pulse and hold there, you know, if you kind of want that balance.
In a parabolic run, I do believe Pulse is going to outperform PulseX. And if you're trading sideways or you get a pullback, that's when you're going to start to see that flip again. So just be wary that once we start on this parabolic run, all the volume is going to come in wave 2. So we're on our way up wave 1 right now. We're halfway there. Once we come back down to about this level on Ink and all the other tokens, there's going to be a lot of volume on that next leg. So within, I would say, a week to a month, which is right on cue, because I've been saying that October we get a pump, December we get a dump because nobody's got any money, and then February starts all the tax returns. So now we need to try to convince everyone that they should put their tax returns in Pulsechain versus Sui or these other chains. So we need to make a lot of noise and rattle the cages, and inform as many people as we can.
You can exercise a massive tax loss with Pulsechain as well. That's the advantage as well, right? If you sacrificed.
Yeah. I mean, right now we're looking at a huge, a parabolic run, and we don't know who's gonna be in the lead. Pulsechain is severely undervalued. So if they turn around and do what Sui did last year, you're gonna see Pulsechain outperform many of the other chains out there, just because we have so much out there. And if people are aware that they have free coins over here that they don't even know about and they have value, it's game on, man. I mean, that's what bringing up the games and the interactions and the fun stuff is going to bring people into this chain.
And just on that point, because I know, like, literally, we could get off this stream and in an hour there could be a release about this Richard Hart case. And I know a lot of money sitting on the side. What I'd say to people is, if it's a negative result or a positive result, there's probably, well, if there's a negative result, let's say, there's going to be a dump, right? But I think everyone in this ecosystem that have got money sitting on the side, we don't give a shit if there's a dump. If there's a bad result, which we don't expect, and Hex does a 60% sell-off, that shit will bounce and it'll be back to where it is within a day. I guarantee you that. So take advantage of that. You can't shut down Hex. You can't shut down Pulsechain. So I would say, whatever the outcome, if it happens over the next week or the next 2 weeks, whether it's good or bad, don't worry about it, you know? So that's how I feel. You know? I'm not sure how you feel, KRG, but
I'm bullish.
Yeah,
I'm like KDP. I'm bullish.
But what I'm saying is, if some people are scared of, let's say, putting $1,000 into Hex, for example, and then there's a bad result, and then within a day they see their bag goes down 40%, they might panic. So, you know, if that's your situation, wait for that dump, wait for that bad news. But just remember, if it's good news, you might see a 40% pump to the upside, you know. But I'm saying the worst case scenario, if it does dump, I guarantee you there's people like myself who don't give a shit about the result. We just want the result. If it dumps, we're buying. If it pumps, we're buying. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I do think that we should follow the 4-year narrative, because I mean, last year in December, when Bitcoin was when it dropped down to $12,000, there's no reason I wasn't going to start buying $15,000. And you have to start buying there, depending on whatever asset that you're currently getting in. Some are going to perform better than others. But if you run on the 4-year narrative, once everything goes parabolic, everything else goes parabolic with it. That's the narrative behind it. So you can't be sad about losses. Right now, I can tell you, I'm not going to jinx my position, but I took a 50x long in XRP before the breakout. At $2.
Well done.
And I'm picking out the colors of my Lambo right now. Just an FYI. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
But you know, it was lucky that I got in at a 50x and didn't come back down to get me. But I watched, did a lot of TA. I watched the 4-year cycle, and XRP is on a 4-year cycle, but 2 months behind. So this pump happened multiple times before. 8 years ago, when Trump took office, he was already a couple years in, and this thing just took off in March. Now it's taking off a couple months earlier in February. So we're right on track to do the exact same thing over again. And I got all my stop losses sitting at $10 for take profit and $8 to get out for now. But ultimately, I see $123 by the end of the 4-year cycle. So.
Yeah,
if you're
I know we're running out of time. I know we're running out of time. I got to say this quickly. Just like what he's doing right there, a lot of Hexicans are really frustrated. They're saying, "Where's all the money gone? Why is everyone yeeting around on other chains?" Just like KRG, they're messing around with XRP. Our team are messing around with Ethereum. We're making so much fucking money, right? We're going to ride that shit up, and we're bringing it all back to Pulsechain. So, you know, don't be mad. You don't want your people sitting there doing nothing. You want people to make money, extract value from other chains, and bring it back to Pulsechain. That is the best result.
Yeah, I can tell you, I sat on a coin for 4 years. It had finally pumped, and I took a $24,000 profit off of it, and then I split it up between all the different big projects that I've got. I put it right back in the system because this is the bottom. I'll take my profits later.
Hey, you guys, with that being said, I gotta close things down. I really do appreciate everyone hopping on here. Fat Sammy, Eco Builder, KRJ, Bets, you know, pop in here Monday. Hey, Eco, reach out to us so we can have an exclusive, you know what I mean? And cool. I appreciate everyone hopping in here. I gotta hit the road myself, just like you there, KRJ, already on the road. With that being said, thanks for everyone for watching live and or on the replay, gang. Thank you, Randy, for hopping in here and just doing the Randy stuff that you do. And yeah, man, you guys have a great day.
Thanks, guys. Let's make some money.
Peace. Bang, bang. Let's go.